This is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the show about everything that gets you from here to there. Your hosts are Robbie and Terry, both 15. Every week they break it down so you actually get it.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles, the show about everything that gets you from here to there. I'm Terry.
And I'm Robbie. And today we're asking the big scary question, is flying actually the safest way to travel? Or is that just something pilots tell us?
Because every time there's a plane crash, it's on every channel for a week. But nobody reports on Tuesday's highway fender benders.
Right? It's like the news has a very dramatic sense of scale.
So let's actually look at the numbers, because feelings and facts are very different passengers.
The most common way people measure travel safety is deaths per billion kilometers traveled.
And by that measure, air travel comes in at about 0.07 deaths per billion kilometers.
Which sounds made up, but that's genuinely tiny. Cars are closer to 3.1, that's more than 40 times higher.
So statistically, the most dangerous part of a flight is literally driving to the airport.
Which is both reassuring and a little bit rude to drivers everywhere.
To be fair to cars, most people drive way more than they fly, so your lifetime exposure to car risk is much higher.
It's not that any single car trip is that deadly, it's that you take thousands of them.
Exactly, risk adds up. One flight to Florida feels fine. 400,000 kilometers of driving over a lifetime is a different story.
Now, where do trains fit in this? Because trains feel safe in a cozy, rhythmic, sandwich on a table kind of way.
Trains are genuinely very safe too. In Europe, rail deaths per billion kilometers are around about 0.2.
So trains are safer than cars by a huge margin, but still a few notches behind flying.
Which honestly surprised me, because planes just feel like a metal tube held up by confidence in jet fuel.
Jet fuel and about 30,000 safety checks before departure.
That's not an exaggeration either. Commercial aviation has layers of redundancy that would make a paranoid engineer weep with joy.
Every critical system has a backup and a backup for the backup. There are checklists for the checklists.
And pilots train for emergencies constantly, including in simulators for scenarios that almost never happen in real life.
Compare that to cars, where the test is roughly, can you parallel park and not hit a cone?
I passed mine on the second try, and I'm still not sure that proves anything.
The aviation safety record has also improved massively over time. Fatal accidents per million flights have dropped by something like 90% since the 1970s.
That's because every accident gets investigated in forensic detail, and the whole global industry learns from it.
It's grim, but it works. Aviation learns from its mistakes faster than almost any other industry.
Meanwhile, cars, we just kind of accept that tens of thousands of people die on roads every year and move on.
In the United States alone, it's around 40,000 road deaths per year. 40,000, that's a city.
But it doesn't feel like a crisis because it happens in ones and twos, spread out across the map.
Psychologists call this the availability heuristic. We fear dramatic visible risks over quiet, spread out ones.
A plane crash is visible and sudden and on TV. A highway death is invisible and routine.
Our brains are pattern-matching machines tuned for dramatic threats, not statistical ones.
So fear of flying is incredibly common, but by the data, it's almost perfectly backwards.
About 1 in 3 people have some anxiety about flying, even though flying is one of the safest things you can do.
And driving, which people do while simultaneously eating a sandwich and arguing with a podcast, feels totally normal.
I will neither confirm nor deny that I have done that hypothetically.
The honest answer to our question then, yes, flying is genuinely among the very safest ways to travel per kilometer.
Trains are a close and respectable second, cars are wonderful and useful and statistically the spicy option.
If you have a fear of flying, the data is on your side for feeling better, not worse.
And if someone tries to scare you with a plane crash story, you can now calmly cite deaths per billion kilometers, like the terrifying statistics gremlin you are.
That is the highest compliment you have ever given me.
I stand by it. Safe travels, everyone, whatever your vehicle of choice, and we'll see you next week on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.